and All About Love, the odds-on favourite to complete the line. 1900 metres. They're all in, and away they go. Nice start again for them. Cheap Thrills got away well. Fearless Badger's up there, and Kinney Kinnick goes off to show the early way. Along the inside, Madeira Cliffs and Heart of Thieves are also right there. Visionary Dreamer with Come On You Spurs, 6 lengths off the leader. He's a Goal. All About Love is 8 lengths off them now, and Kellamani is the back marker, 9 or 10 off them as they go away towards the 1400 metres mark, and Kinney Kinnick is joined up front by Fearless Badger, but Kinney Kinnick has the advantage by about half a length here. From Fearless Badger is raced up into second, a length and a half, 2 away then to Madeira Cliffs, races alongside Heart of Thieves, who gives the leaders about 3.5 to 4 lengths start. Then we've got a gap of 4 to 5 lengths back to Cheap Thrills, racing ahead of Come On You Spurs. Here's All About Love, who's racing about 8 lengths off them. Richard Free said, get a move on now. Behind that, Kellamani. Then came Visionary Dreamer. Racing behind that is He's a Goal. There's 10 lengths in it from first to last. As the runners approach the last 800 metres, Kinney Kinnick in a slow run race led it, but Fearless Badger's about to go by now. Fearless Badger picks up the advantage. All About Love has moved up into third, racing only 3 lengths off them. Then came Madeira Cliffs, a long way back to Heart of Thieves. Cheap Thrills. In behind that, Come On You Spurs, Kellamani, Visionary Dream, and He's a Goal is a long way back. 500 metres left to go. Kinney Kinnick the leader with Fearless Badger. They've been up front the whole way. All About Love is driven up into third. Then came Madeira Cliffs. In behind that came Come On You Spurs, and down the outside Cheap Thrills. 300 to go. On the outside, All About Love now starts to pick up the pieces. All About Love hits the front from Kinney Kinnick. Then came Fearless Badger. He's a Goal. Is finding a good finish towards the outside, but it's All About Love inside the final 100 metres. It's kicked 2.5 lengths clear, and All About Love will make up for the last run and more. All About Love won it by 2.5. Kinney Kinnick second. He's a Goal. Then Fearless Badger. Behind that, Kellamani. Then Madeira Cliffs. Further back, Cheap Thrills. Come On You Spurs. Visionary Dream and Heart of Thieves. All About Love made an early move. Last time out had to come from last in the home straight. Was closing in over the mile, but was put up to the 1900 metres today. And Richard Fourie was alert halfway through the race. Did not want to let them get away. Made it a certainty going into the final 100 metres once he'd passed everything, and has just driven it out to the finish, the son of Trippy. Bred by Ridgemont Highlands, and out of the Silvana mare, Let Me Love You. The last race of the day falls the way of Richard Fourie and Justin Snaith. That wraps up the racing here at Fairview today. Back on the same course on Monday. Speak to you from Turffontein tomorrow, though.
Well, All About Love, he did look the horse to beat, but if you had your money on him shortly after the jump, you were starting to get a little bit worried. Richard, I've got to give you kudos there. He's not a horse that comes out with pace. You realise that the entire day has been all about pace. You rousted him up and you really pulled it out the fire. Well done.
Yeah, look, thank goodness I had the chance or the opportunity to ride him last time. And he was a sluggish horse out the pens. He was always at the back, always at him. You know, being the mile. So came back, and Gavin Fente said there's 2 lovely races for this horse. 1900 on the poly, or a week later there's a 2-4 on the grass maiden. So like, well, you know, obviously he'll love the long straight here at Fairview on the grass. But, you know, I felt a different sort of horse on the poly, and I'd like to maybe, you know, whatever comes first and fast, and if he's pulled up well, we have a go at it. And he was entered in a mile, and had a fairly decent draw, but I said, that's a lot of hard work to try and get him to travel. But didn't work out the gates. He bombed the start, as always. I was at the back, took the first spin, and I managed just to latch onto, I think it was Chad Little in front of me at that stage, and there was a bit of room in front of him, and, you know, could be a brave move or not so good, but I moved to go around Chad, and then I realized, wait, there's a little bit more gap in front of the horse in front of him. So I kept pushing forward, and once I got in, he never traveled again. So coming into the straight, I was concerned like I might have burnt him up a bit, but the guys were, like you said, the track has been fast all day. I haven't been on the type of horses that I can commit on.
Yeah.
Took my chances, but came into the straight, and I already went hard at him, top of the straight, and just to get him into a rhythm and flow. And 400 meters straight, I got a box smart, so I kept punching him with the hands, and then I felt this release of a little bit of energy underneath me. So he only started unwinding late. That's why I say the Fairview long straight, being a 900 meters, will definitely, this horse will flourish. Obviously, I know that he's supposed to go back to the Cape, but I would urge Team Snaith and Mr. Johnson to relook at this horse. His potential, obviously, he's won that maiden now. I do think the handicaps in Cape Town is really going to hurt this horse a little bit, and with a long straight here, he'll really flourish. And I must say well done to Tara Lang and her team. Last time he didn't go down so well. He was hot and all over the place and a muck sweat. And today, he was a completely different horse. So he's definitely on a maturing side. He still looks at everything. I just think he can really be a nice horse for Fairview. Knowing how strong the Cape is, and he's just a little bit of a backwards horse, and he's got a lot of grooming to do. But well done to Tara and the team. Well done Team Snaith for sending the horse here. Right call. He's got an action that'll go for days. So good news. So, and also to Mr. Johnson and his family, wishing them a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year, and obviously to all the racing fans and to my sponsors at Richmond.
Brilliant summary, Richard, and once again, really well done. I do think you pulled that out the fire, so congratulations.
Like I say, when you make funny moves and they work out, we're all heroes, but I promise you, if it didn't win, I probably would have been the biggest curse of the day.
No,
so
but you can take this one.
I saved the round. Well done, guys.
Well done, Richard. Oh, lovely summary there from Richard, just hearing a little bit more about him and just hearing that he had been that hot. I must admit, I didn't remember that from last time, but today he was definitely the pick of candidate to post, and so very well done to the Tara Lang team who has been looking after him on behalf of the Justin Snaith team. I'm sure they'll be very happy with that, and to all those concerned, a huge congratulations for the win, as well as to owner Mr. Johnson. Congratulations. That brings our race day to a close. Thank you for joining us here in the Eastern Cape. I think we've been treated to some good racing. I've got to point out again that I thought the Fairview 1900 was a brilliant feature race. I thought we really saw a fantastic horse in the way of Bingwa, who took the win very, very convincingly. Big shout out there to Nico, who found the value at R6 something a place in Global Alley, running third. And in general, I've got to say thank you to the assistant trainers and trainers that stepped up to help us through the day today with their opinion. Always great to have a little bit of a change, and it was wonderful to chat to them. And again, also Nico filled in on that behalf, and great to have him on course. So to everyone involved today, our producers, cameramen and ladies, to Pauline the photographer, everyone involved today, a big thank you. Have a fantastic weekend, but don't forget, you'll be back with us on Monday.